additions, deletions, changes, approval of the agenda. So you wanna do the roll call?
Mayor George Jacob Thomas.
Here.
Councilmember Kevin Terry. Here. Councilmember Lonnie Harold.
Here.
Councilmember Monica Merrick. Here. Councilmember Bill Coon.
Here.
Town clerk here, and recorder is out.
Alright, now we would do additions, deletions, changes, and approval of the agenda. I wanna add this item, these invoices. In the past, the clerk had just been paying the invoices for the grants as they came through, just to not kind of slow things down, but that's okay, we'll bring it up just to make sure the council is still good moving forward that way. Because I remember with the purchasing policy, there was some, just wanna make sure.
So invoice related to grants?
Yeah, grant, yeah, we can do grant, payment of grant invoices, do that.
And those are all to one firm.
Just in general, I think the ones that are physically in front of us now might be all to one firm, but I just bring it up, the item just in general. Let's talk about that.
They all need to know for.
I think they're not yet.
That's why Greg hang around and get a check.
I need to add this item for an update greatly on further grants.
Okay.
Or new business or council?
Oh, yeah, you don't put that in the council policy? Is it
Doesn't
action?
matter.
Okay.
Well, it's nothing for action.
Okay, so
Well,
wait,
maybe so.
might be for action?
If we need to, I need to bring up probably the process of how I wanna do it and voting for invoicing, so we don't,
Okay, so we'll.
I don't know if that requires.
Nah, you're, because we already authorized you, you're the preferred at queen, so we'll just, you tell us, we'll put it on the council comments.
Okay. And this is another probably, it's not an action item, so, it can go under comments. But, what I was just discussing is the intersection right here at 18 and, 27, right here by the barber shop. It's bad. I don't know if that's why that cop sits there, but it's just a fatality waiting to happen, and I don't know if we do anything about that.
Where they just put the
It's
crosswalks.
historically a fatality intersection.
Yeah, I seen a school bus and a semi and another car, and it was like one swerve this way, one swerve this way, and it just really could. I don't know if light needs to go there, but that it just
Okay, so
bothered me.
so. We can put that, yeah, under council.
I know, we called it up to DOT before.
What is it?
I don't know
I
exactly
don't remember.
what but they denied putting a lot in there for a reason. I don't remember what it was.
Okay, so we'll put traffic.
They got the money there.
They have warrants that they go by and it didn't trip all the warrants. There's about 6 or 7 criteria they go by.
Yeah.
If they don't trip enough of those,
I got you.
they don't put it.
They'll leave it.
I remember it was something, but we talked to them once about it. Do it again, we'll talk about it.
Okay, got anything else? Okay.
I make a motion, we approve the agenda with the changes.
Alright,
I said,
okay, all in favor say aye.
uh,
All opposed say nay. Alrighty. Approval of minutes, there's no minutes. I think Kelly will have a lot of minutes for us next time. Public comments? Anybody have anything they wanna bring up about on this, agenda, okay? New business, so transition plan, decision for the water plant. And the packet item was this proposal, I guess, for that Woodard and Curran that Mr. New made to us, that he gave us the brief on for just under $10,000. It looks like from when we issued the notice to proceed, or forgot what the terminology is, that they'll have it within 30 days. So that hopefully in November, we can do it, yeah,
Workshop.
right.
figure out what we're gonna do.
and figure out, yeah.
I agree.
So my question for the council is, was there anything that anybody wanted to add on to this? It's
not at this point.
I say we just get it underway and get all those, everything that we need to be tracking and be aware of,
I have a question.
get that, go ahead.
Does that affect, or does the wastewater plan affect that proposal?
It does not.
Okay.
You know, it's a proposal to essentially develop a list of all the criteria that you should consider to resume operation of your water plant so that you don't have, you know, an issue. I would suggest that as you get ready to bring your wastewater plant online, you know, closing in on construction, you're probably gonna want a similar document to make sure you're covering all the bases. And when you develop that similar document, I'd say, you know, 60 or 70% of the elements are the same. You want a water budget, you want a wastewater budget. You know, you already have a water ordinance, but you need a wastewater ordinance. You should not put your wastewater system into operation without having an ordinance adopted that says, here's the criteria for connecting our wastewater system. And I transmitted all that to your city attorney 4 or 6 weeks ago because it came up at another meeting and I offered. And so I went and found 2 or 3 that would work as go-bys and transmitted it to your town attorney. So, you know, that there's a similar process for starting up operation on a wastewater system that'll be similar to the document that we do, but there are some other issues that you're gonna wanna have in mind at that point. So I would just be expecting that. I don't know when you think your wastewater plant will be substantially complete and ready to place it in service. Typically, it's something that's a year-long process, so you got about a year to be thinking about that, in my opinion.
Very good.
So I have a question. I know we're just dealing with water now, and if we identify that we want to put out an RFP so that everyone can apply or submit proposals. I mean, is sewage a factor at this point, or is it just a RFP for water, and then once sewage comes online, we would put out another RFP for the combo if we wanted to keep them together?
If I were your utility director, my recommendation would be to proceed with water plant operations, but keep it short term. You know, say, 12 months, do 12 months and have, 1 or 2 renewal clauses in there. And then if your wastewater plant is ready to come online, then transition down from that and issue one to operate both utilities to coincide with when the wastewater plant comes online. That's probably, from a utility perspective, the utility director's perspective, that's the most straightforward way to get all that you want out of that.
And is there a way to put in an RFP that preference will be given to someone that has the ability to take on sewage once it becomes active, or is that not?
I just, I'm speaking for the audience, and I know that's not always good for clerks and reporters, so I'll come up here. It depends on the procurement document. You're saying we're soliciting a request for proposal. That means you're gonna give a few high points and you want people to impress you, make an offer, which is way different than a low bid. If you say, I want a request for a bid, and you establish hard and fast operating criteria, the answer is, who's low? Who's gonna do it for the cheapest? There is no criteria to evaluate other than the cost. So, absolutely, if you're doing a request for proposals or request for qualifications where you're ranking the submissions, you would say, yeah, we're gonna give up to 20 points for people that also have experience in the wastewater business and could give us insights on that. It makes that RFP document much more sophisticated. And like I said, if I were a utility director, I would do a short-term contract for water plant operations, renewable for as long as it takes to finish a wastewater plant. I mean, most construction projects will hit some sort of delay, so you wanna time it. And then when it gets closer to the time, then you're gonna solicit price proposals for both facilities, water treatment facilities and wastewater treatment facilities. Yes, sir.
So in that scenario, you know, the utility authority would get, you know, a little more consideration, and then the companies that can, you know, handle the water and the sewage when it comes online. We would still put out a proposal, but, you know, if the winner of the water proposal submits the best proposal for both utilities, or a good, attractive, and they've done us a good job on water, then we can just continue with them with the next, you know, service.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. That makes sense.
Do you mind if I offer just one more suggestion? That the way that your town, tends to solicit procurement, you don't have a professional procurement, group to help you put that together. You're almost at the point of orally explaining to people what you want and soliciting proposals. And that is a fine way to do business. I don't want to suggest that it isn't. But if you want your solicitations to have a little more teeth in them, accountability, then hire a firm like Greg's firm to develop the RFP for you. I mean, our firm could do it, but I'm not looking for business, because that is not fun work necessarily, putting RFP documents. But if you're looking to get a cost to mow town hall, then yeah, just ask someone, what do you charge me to do the landscape maintenance here every other week during the growing season? And they gotta tell you, I'll do it for, you know, $250 a month. That's good enough. But if you want to get into sophisticated water plant, wastewater plant operations, and where you want to do an evaluated bid and get someone that's going to set aside enough money to handle renewal and replacement if a pump goes down, you know, how you want to outline all that stuff. It's not a lot of money, and you will save it on the bid prices, I'll guarantee you. If you hire Greg's firm and you spent $7,500 for him to develop a purchasing document, a solicitation document to operate your water system, I would almost guarantee that you will save that $7,500 over the life of the contract. Get a professional that understands what the solicitation should say, and ask them to take the lead on it. You'll review it before it goes out, and won't just send it out, but you'll review it and say, yeah, that's what we want it to say, and that's how we want to do it. And then there is where you would say, we will give you credit, we'll give you points if you're local. You know, if your offices are in Columbia County, you're gonna get 5 extra points. We'll give you 10 extra points if you can also operate our wastewater plant, you understand the wastewater side of the business. Those are the types of criteria that you might put in there. Sorry to keep running up.
No, that's good information.
We want you to, we appreciate
And
it.
I actually, you know, believe that you know, contracts, it's important to have it all in writing. And I hear somebody once told me, if it's good enough to say, it's good enough to write. So it's a good philosophy.
Okay, so how do we feel about this? So that maybe his firm can get started on it.
I'm all for it.
Yeah, okay, all right then. So we're looking for a motion to approve this proposal from Woodard and Kern.
You put the amount in the motion? It's not written down.
Just write it down.
It's on there.
Yeah, yeah, it's in there.
Must be online.
I make a motion to go forward with the Woodard and Kern proposal.
All right. Is there a second? Okay, all fair side?
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. All right, motion passes.
Thank you.
We'll get this signed and over to you tomorrow, I guess. So y'all can go ahead and get started, do your work.
Absolutely. We're excited, and thank you.
Yes,
We
Thank you.
Thank you.
thank you. I think this will help with the council at ease, everybody knows what goes into it.
Yeah, and I think that this is gonna give us the basis for sitting down and saying, we wanna do this, and we wanna do that, or we don't wanna do any of it. And we can sit there and analyze what comes back and what we wanna just put in RFP and, put it out there for bids, or proposals, I'm sorry, not bids, proposals.
Very good. Okay, payment of grant invoices. All right, I added this one. I added this one just because really I just want to know the way the clerk used to do it is the invoices that would come in for the grant, for all the grants. She would just go ahead and pay them, but that's how it's kind of been happening. But I just want to know, just like with all the other bills, like with the attorney bill, if it goes above the $2,500, does the council want to see all these, everything that comes in for the grants?
I think it's good to see, I'm glad to see it
Okay,
Under
myself.
the circumstances of our town hall, I think we did the right thing.
yeah, I just didn't want to start another war, so I was like,
Trying
well,
to
let me
prove
just
wrong.
see what the council says. So, okay, so we want, that's fine then, we'll just keep, I mean, if it's within the 2,500 or that me and Kelly can do, we'll just go ahead and pay that as usual. If it's above, we'll just bring that for approval. Okay, so in that case, do we want to approve the payment of these invoices?
Yes, I'll make a motion to approve the payment of the invoices, the grant invoices.
Okay. Is there a second?
I said,
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay.
But I'd still like to see large amounts, just include that in the packet, even if it's only for discussion or for signing.
Visual.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's about to be, we just finished the sidewalks out there.
Yeah.
The vendor's called CDM. That's gonna be a little over 200K. So we'll probably see that. I'm guessing by the next meeting. Yeah, by the next meeting. So there'll be another big one that we're coming. Now that's reimbursable again, but
Yeah.
y'all will see it. Right. Oh, all right. So that's this item. That's good. Kelly, we got those paid. And oh,
Three.
that's
Ferdinand's grant.
that's it. That's council.
I
So,
think
yeah.
all of them.
So I'll open it up, citizen comments if anyone has anything else to say. If not, we'll jump right past it. Anybody? Jump. Okay. Item 6, council member comments. Councilman Harris. For that update.
for that, we got the okay to proceed with the, for both Johnny B. Bryant and, these park.
Hills, thank you.
Hills, we need to get that changed in the, thing too, because that was because we started the grant process and it was Johnny B. Bryant, then we didn't do it, but if we would have officially, it would have been a whole mess.
Oh, okay.
But, yeah, so anywho, we got the commencement and we're ready to start. What I want to do is to do Dee's Park first, with the invoicing process and the reimbursement portion on that, because it's been so much back and forth, the paperwork from this person. I don't want to get into the paperwork and the process of doing reimbursement for both. And now we're out of $100,000 for the town, and at one time, and the reimbursement, we haven't gotten reimbursement.
Right.
So I would like to do it in phases. First phase is Dee's Park, get that done, and reimbursement invoice out, and then move on to Johnny B. Bryant. So I didn't know if that needed to be voted on, or because you all already gave me the okay to do it. However, I just wanted to make you all aware that that's what I was doing first. So if you see anything, say, well, something going on at this park and not at this park, that's why.
Everyone's okay for that? It's 50,000 pop.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't think we need to vote on nothing, I think.
Okay.
We just leave you in charge of what you was doing.
All right, good. And then,
That's my opinion.
yeah, another one.
Yeah, and so 4, which was the intersection of Highway 27 and 18, and Bill said that it was brought up in the past, and Mr. Bailey said maybe it didn't pass enough points, but I just see it as it's just bad.
is probably more dangerous because of the way the sidewalks
Exactly.
go out, so that might be beneficial for our argument.
Yeah, so I didn't know.
I didn't say it was.
I said, you said, Meg, there's
I was
different
dismissing your
things,
concern,
different
uh,
factors
I
that
wasn't
goes
saying that.
into getting it
No,
approved.
We understood what
I
you said.
always revisit the DOT, I mean, that stuff changes.
We can contact DOT and just turn it in
But you said
again.
the idiots.
We can request it. Okay, so we'll.
Sometimes I do.
That, okay, Mr. Chair. Yeah, go ahead.
So I was gonna ask you before that came up, is there any way for a municipality to, I know it's a state road, but is there any way for a municipality to say, we want a red light there?
Well, you can say you want a red light, the final decision is DOT,
Right.
unfortunately.
I mean, we can't pass an ordinance that says there will be a red light on.
No,
Because it's not our road, I don't think it's our road, it's a state road,
Right.
yeah.
I recommend that you adopt a resolution saying it and send it to them.
That we're basically
Yeah.
requesting it
We support it and we're requesting it, absolutely.
for the safety of our citizens.
You can also get petitions signed by the residents.
So let's have, we'll have Kelly reach out, yeah,
Explore.
and, see what, you know. And then, and,
and if you get no response, send another one.
Yeah,
I'm not telling you not to do that, I'm just, that's their process they go through. But
yes.
you can certainly, you know,
I mean, we see it,
express your concerns and they will listen.
we see it all the time, but when I seen the school bus and the semi and the other car, that was just like, yeah.
DOT's rule, if you get a traffic signal there, is the cost to operate and maintain it. If you have any approaches from city streets, they're gonna ask you to bear that cost. It's usually, it's probably less than 5,000 a year, but they will take the cost to operate a traffic signal and they'll see how many approaches, and 2 of them are state roads, 2 of them will be city streets, and they're gonna ask you to bear 50% of the cost to operate it.
You have that, you already have that agreement for here, 47 and 27.
Those are 2 state roads.
So, but it's still, it's in the town has that same agreement,
Okay.
so it doesn't matter about that.
they pay us.
Yeah, they pay us for that.
So, but they pay you, they give you a stipend, if you will, but the total responsibility still rests with the town. If there's an issue out there, you have to deal with that. Now, what y'all have done in the past is y'all worked with the county and the counties took care of that for you.
Correct, that's
the
what
way y'all done that.
That's correct.
Yeah, and then that's why it would be a state road, 2 ways, a county road coming in, and then a
Let's see.
town road coming in, so.
At the location you're talking about,
25%
yes.
town.
25% town.
But yes, not, I mean, yeah, send your request, send your concern.
Yeah.
We'll do that.
I just wanna back up to, we
No, I
finished,
understand.
I'm sorry.
Yes, sir.
Back up to the FERDAP. Have you checked on a sign being made? Do you remember,
I did,
is that in
so
progress or?
Rocky was supposed to, have the sign made, but, Mr. Pittman, said I need to get the final paperwork, which I just asked Kelly to print, from the grant to see if there was any specifications that need to be put on the sign.
Okay.
So we're just waiting to get all the final, documentation. I'll probably end up paying for it because the one that I would like for all of the signs to upload with these park and like not have a different one here and a different style here and a different style there. So, but I budgeted for the cost anyway.
Okay, good.
And I don't know, do we have equipment to take the other signs down at Johnny Lee's?
Boom.
No, that one, that's the wood one.
Yeah.
But there's one up on the ball field, like up top on the fence, and it just says Johnny B. Bryant.
They can probably get it somehow.
Yeah, but I'll get to that when I get to Johnny B. Bryant Park.
Stand on the front loader.
Yeah, well,
Motion.
all right, so that's that.
That's it.
Good.
All I got.
Okay, well, Floor will be open for a motion to adjourn then.
Well, I got a
Put
question.
that
Oh,
in your
yes.
report.
So any
I'm done. I'm
updates, since we designated you as the water guy, any information that's useful or?
Well, the only thing that I had been working on that I got, but which, and I'll give to you for your report, is for the billing, like what the cost of the billing would be. But we were gonna go with the same vendor. Well, I got a quote from the same vendor that the utility authority is using, because I think that's the same software platform that the county is using. So it would be a quick, very quick transition and just integration. Approximately 90 days is how long it would take. And I think it was like, don't quote me, it's not in front of me, but it's like 24,000. And I think for 3 years is how long it is. I forgot how long the service life is. So if we, for example, that will play into, if we want to do an RFP for billing, if we do it on our own, that will tell us what the cost is monthly over 3 years. So then we'll know if we get an RFP that's above that, we're losing money. And let me is there anything else for the water?
Nothing, no.
Oh, yeah, so I spoke with a vendor. Kevin from Twofold had spoken to me about replacing the green sand filtration with this other filtration media. It's called a Thomas MD1. Anyway, so I got a test done. There was a vendor who had initially quoted it way back. It was like 3 years ago. So I found the guy through this process, but I found him. He came out to the water plant and we did a pool from the tap, and he showed like the filtration, right? He got like a mini tank and he just put it right through there. And he said we can also do a month or 2 month long study if we pay, like, I think it was like $1,200, if the council wants to, like, wants to see a little bit more hard results. We'll put in like a little mini tank for like $1,200, so that we can kind of do it for a month, run it. But the water looked like, once it, and that's not even running it through the carbon. That's just that one filtration media that I haven't been hearing so much about. And it seemed, it looked like bottled water. So, but that's the only other thing.
No feedback on the backhoe and the dump truck or anything. I know Red's supposed to be working on that, but you haven't heard
We
anything.
have no reason to even talk about that till we see what we're gonna do with our water. I mean, it's in the agreement.
Well, we definitely have reason to talk about it, because we can make that part of whatever agreement that we, what I'm saying?
No, I'm saying,
Yeah.
well, we're not there yet. We've
Oh,
got-
yeah.
I'm
No, we're not.
saying- I'm just saying, we're a long way off, not back.
No, we're not.
No, I was just wondering.
I would just bring it up
No.
right now.
I'll make a
Yes.
motion to adjourn.
No.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
All fair side?
Aye.
All opposed say nay. Meeting is adjourned.
We're gonna